One of the most crucial events to be certain about is the timing of the seventh-day Sabbath. Failing to keep the seventh-day Sabbath is a violation of Yah's covenant with the nation of Israel. In Exodus chapter 31, verses 16 and 17, it says that the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe them throughout their generations. Yah said it is a perpetual covenant with me and the children of Israel. It is a perpetual sign with me. For in 6 days Yah made the heaven and the earth, and on the seventh day he ceased and rested. This video will answer 4 questions. Number 1, did the idea of Sabbath come from Babylon or Yahuwah? Number 2, did the Israelites adopt a Babylonian model? Number 3, why was the Sabbath called Saturn's Day, also known as Saturday? And number 4, has the timing of the Sabbath changed? Question number 1, did the idea of Sabbath come from Babylon or Yahuwah? In the Yale Oriental Series Babylon Texts, Volume 1, on pages 84 to 88, we find 3 points of view regarding so-called Babylonian Sabbath. Point number 1, an early viewpoint was that Babylonian so-called Sabbath was once a month on the 15th day at the time of the full moon, and the use of it for the end of the week was introduced later. Did the Hebrew Sabbath look anything like this? No. Point number 2. This document says that it has been known for a long time that on the 7th, 14th, 19th, 21st, and 28th days, certain duties were prescribed for the king, the diviner, the physician, and the imprecatory. This is how they describe the rules for this day. It was an evil day. The shepherd of great peoples shall not eat flesh cooked over coals of an oven. He shall not change the garment of his body. He shall not put on clean clothes. The sacrifice he shall not offer. The king shall not ride in his chariot. He shall not speak as a king. The diviner shall not give a decision in the secret place. The physician shall not lay his hand upon the sick. It is not suitable to pronounce a curse at night. The king shall bring his gift before Marduk and Ishtar. He shall offer a sacrifice. The lifting up of his hands is pleasing to the gods. Does any of this sound like the Hebrew Sabbath? No. The Hebrew Sabbath did not fall on the 7th, 14th, 19th, 21st, and 28th day. Second, the Hebrew Sabbath was not called an evil day. It was holy unto Yah. Third, the Hebrew Sabbath was for all of Israel, not just certain people. And fourth, the Hebrew Sabbath did not include all of these rules. So it is highly unlikely that the Hebrews learned about Sabbath from the Babylonians. The third point is concerning the most recent information that has been found. A large archive of temple documents in the Yale collection was discovered at Warqa, the ancient city of Iraq. There is found a group of 23 tablets containing monthly receipts of sheep, which were apparently intended for the temple service. And they are dated between the 5th year of Cyrus, 534 BC, and the 6th year of Cambyses, 523 BC. The opening lines of the tablet read, "Sheep which are for slaughter and sacrifice, which from the stable and from the head butcher are set apart. Nisan, year 5th of Cambyses, king of Babylon, king of the countries." At the head of the 4 columns are found the words stable, claim, head butcher, claim. Nearly all the tablets have 4 columns for figures. The important feature of this list seems to be the item following certain days of the month, usually the 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th, which reads one young kid and offering, or simply one offering. Notice that these dates match the dates in point number 2, with the exception of the 19th day. These tablets furnish the first actual observance of anything that suggests the existence of a parallel to the Sabbath in Babylonia. But a parallel does not mean the same, and the Sabbath in Babylonia has nothing to do with the Hebrew Sabbath proclaimed by the Most High Yah. Question number 4. Did the Israelites adopt a Babylonian Sabbath? Let's take a look at what happened when they left Babylon. 42,360 people and 7,337 servants and 200 singing men and women left Babylon. And in the 7th month, they assembled in Jerusalem as one man. They built an altar of Yahuwah of Israel, and they took whole burnt offerings and sacrificed them on the altar according to the things that were written in the law of Moses, the man of Yah. So it is clear that the Israelites did not lose track of the feast days, nor the instructions for building an altar, nor the need for burnt offerings. So it is highly unlikely that they lost track of the Sabbath or kept it on the wrong day. Why is the Sabbath called Saturday or Saturn's Day? And for this, we look at a Roman historian, Cassius Dio. He said, "Thus was Jerusalem destroyed on the very day of Saturn, the day which even now the Jews reverence the most." In addition, a Roman soldier named Frontinus mentioned the following: "The divine Augustus Vespasian attacked the Jews on the day of Saturn, on which it is forbidden for them to do anything serious, and prevailed." So we see that the Romans referred to the Sabbath as Saturn's Day, which we now refer to as Saturday. To understand why it is called Saturday, you must understand the planetary hours, which is an ancient system of the Chaldeans. Just like our clocks are divided into two 12-hour cycles, these clocks were also divided into cycles based on the number 7. In this system, one of the 7 classical planets is given rulership over each day. The 7 classical planets were Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, the Sun, Venus, and Mercury, and the Moon. In this system, a day was considered to be 24 hours. According to General O.M. Mitchell in his book, The Astronomy of the Bible, for more than 3,000 years, science has gone backward and with profound research reveals the fact that in the vast period, the length of the day has not changed by the 100th part of a single second of time. And so we see that a day is still 24 hours. Some people may wonder whether the day when the sun stood still in Joshua chapter 10, verses 13 to 14, somehow impacted the Sabbath. I want you to imagine that a day is like a video, and that Yah simply hit the pause button on the video. We know that when we pause a video, it doesn't lengthen the set time for the video. And Yah did not lengthen the set time for the day. He simply paused it. And we see in verse 14 that it was still a day. It reads, "And there was not such a day, either before or after." So even though Yah paused the day, it was still counted as one 24-hour day. The planet who ruled the first hour got the name of the day. And so, if the sun is the first hour, then the day is called Sunday. In this case, Venus would be the second hour, Mars would be the 7th hour, the sun would be the 8th hour, Mars would be the 14th hour, the sun would be the 15th hour, Mars would be the 21st hour, and the sun would be the 22nd hour of Sunday. Venus is the 23rd hour of Sunday, and Mercury is the 24th hour of Sunday. And now Sunday is over, and the first hour of the next day is the moon, which is where we get the name Monday or Moon Day. This is how Saturn's Day got its name, and we have shown the proof that the Romans equated Saturn's Day with the Sabbath in 70 AD. Now let's fast forward to 1582 AD, when Pope Gregory XII introduced the Gregorian calendar. He skipped 10 numerical dates. And let's address the question, has the timing of Saturday changed? There is no evidence to support a change in the Sabbath. October the 4th, 1582 was a Thursday. October the 15th was a Friday, and October the 16th was a Saturday. Changing the numbers of a day does not change the order of a week. According to Dr. W. W. Campbell, director of the Lick Observatory in Mount Hamilton, California, the week of 7 days has been in use ever since the days of the Mosaic dispensation, and we have no reason for supposing that any irregularities have existed in the succession of weeks and their days from that time to the present. The word for Sabbath and the seventh day of the week are synonymous in a number of languages. Approximately 1.4 billion people, nearly 20% of the world's population, uses the word for Sabbath and the seventh day of the week interchangeably. The nations shaded in dark green are the nations where Saturday and Sabbath are synonymous in the primary language spoken. And these are not just modern languages. Some of these are very ancient languages. For example, we have Arabic, Armenian, Bosnian, Greek, Indonesian, Polish, Portuguese, Somali, Spanish, and Ukrainian. Our Creator has been very careful in maintaining a footprint of His holy Shabbat. And this is because He told the children of Israel that they shall keep His Sabbaths to observe them throughout their generations. It is a perpetual covenant with Him and the children of Israel. It is a perpetual sign with Him. For in 6 days Yah made the heaven and the earth, and on the seventh day He ceased and rested. For details about how the Sabbath sanctifies you, check out the video called New Testament Lies About Sabbath. To find out whether we can keep the Sabbath while in captivity, check out the video Warning, Keeping the 10 Commandments is Still Required in Captivity. And to understand why the lunar Sabbath is not biblical, check out the video 3 Problems with a Lunar Sabbath. Thank you for listening.